because that should be the starting point. Because so has a one chrome na Accra has said this is the capital city. With the traffic na bola car edu enemy and kata bola no so near the traffic in a modern day. You want me and a bola car, it's me the traffic. Just a main road, young Qatar, so all over Accra. Exactly. Your sanitation ministry, Kroma, and your cancer, we need to do a lot of Juma. I think that is right because sometimes you begin to wonder, a dear never been patima, bola. A year, a day I got to a room, I say, yeah, boho, just a nice yadinam. Trafficking and a traffic nurse and we tell you now could dibola can nachidia Ubekofield na hospital now kwakoda. I say we are making people who are watching, those who are listening, they know and maybe I watching us be as see I'm no kase kra no bola car edi traffic mama here. I can't yet is animal way, so I think we need to do a lot. And say we have the other side, what come about life, but I think I never acquaint say baby obi says the scars of bad governance are all over the place. You know, be feeling the heat. Clearly, a child say baby even a more multi-policy table, no crana babon catches and nema agency. And these scars of bad governance, you know, leave an indelible imprint on the minds of everybody out there. I will be in the future to come. Ubia will attest to the fact indeed maybe I way and nema unkoye. And what Tenasia now has said, or Maya Yabobosiana Yatiato a carminum. Now one of the ways I get yourself out of and they say yes, borrow your way out of debt. Economically, you know that is highly nonsensical. Say Bobosiano frato a carminum and you think you can borrow your way out of debt. That is the strategy that we have adopted. And I think that leadership come with a lot of complex decisions. So as a leader, sometimes you need to sit down. Anything else for a man for advocate is answer to be a leader. No? You must ensure that person exercises the finest form of discretion. Because I am for that, I am for future, so you cannot at any point in time exercise wrong discretion. Because that particular wrong discretion, I exercise, you know, our potential, say, I bet farm for future. Attraction aminem. So as a leader at every point in time, decision be able to take might be one at the end of the day, no. I be making sure say I do way idea I right a boy I'm a man for especially who into the military. I spoke to Philip, who is one of the military way out me say who have a catch say in military leadership, no. So person will take a decision and you need to sit down and look at the ultimate good. Now one who said decision at the end of the day, no. Things can be never play out. I bet me achieve your ultimate goal. What is that? Sometimes you may a military officer. Some of the decisions now will be taken. And yeah, there's a all quarter about Timana what take it, but based on available military intelligence, you know, one case what say who said decisions are available in the end of way. And I select it because we can achieve highest efficiency. Because sometimes a military officer can be sent on a mission, say, yeah, call for extraction. Extraction may turn out to be extermination based on available intelligence. But based on available intelligence, but we have mission as say no. So you are going to exterminate the person. You what I say. So for you to make that a decision, it means that decision, you know, based on available intelligence, you are changing the course because of something. And you may even get to a point that you can't go official and say, yeah, check Captain Smart, yeah, call Aquaco, you know. Sometimes some of the operations are done covertly. Until the operative will be sent, the mission will be a SMP. Either you succeed or you perish. Okona ya chewa, a Friday be plausible deniability. Or mine nimo, you are caught as a mercenary operating on your own. Bam. So Okona say ye dia or mine to me. So it's SMP. Either you succeed or you perish. So these are crucial decisions. Most of the time, no, with me transit take it all for the greater good. And this is we a leader. Now, when you have your eyes on some of these things, now we take a decision. Now, no matter now we can about nurses training allowance and then as a phone way baby dream. Me, I'm a beneficiary of nurses training allowance, so it will be highly hypocritical on my part, say young cancer. But the thing is, when you are a leader, you are supposed to take complex decisions. You weigh all the variables. No one who say ultimate good, and then they saying last now we can. So the argument will be say, free yeah the nursing training allowance na abase be ya man for mo schools in as for no beti ya beti me so mo ase. But over the years we had a backlog of mugufie. Your mom allowance and I don't be school. A human being who more quack. So instead of pumping monies into say yes, yeah, the mom free no more corner. I didn't calibrated that particular strategy, you know, not that amount, you know, you invest in building more facilities. Sabaya Nippon we are obey access to education and as obey permanent employment and then sustainable. And I know the day, you know. Any system there available we between the panel so just like this call for loan and as for available. So I know the day, you know, government you will be freed. And the fact that what promises are already free over man nurses training allowance, teacher training allowance, and over circumstance in immediate environment, you know, and support us you change course. And this is a make culture about military from extraction to extermination based on available intelligence. So that is how leadership is not rigid. Though it's complex sometimes, but you see, what can I say? Not the finest of decision, but these are decisions that you take. And so, Nyansa Ben, the woman said, teacher training is your mom allowance. Your friends are necessary, your mom allowance. Yes, you're 2 more candidates. I'm about you know more about 3 years, 4 years. Hospitals, and the Sika intimate you more candidates from Fasobena also. And if there is a way out, are able to making sure that we are building hospitals, we are expanding infrastructure. So you will be free nursing training bar. You have access to student loan because there are a lot of people without this support they can't survive. And so you make that particular incentive available for them. And then there is hope say me school me metina fie na mo menya adwuma ya metimi pay me loan and so for. These are decisions that you take. But we seem to be confined in a very rigid environment. Nipa nya na bi so obedwen and sometimes some of the decision because you call omko peduase ba ye you see be turning the situation around. I was hoping that we are coming up with measures at the end of the day, no. Yebenya immediate short-term and long-term goals. I bet me, I won't say there is some light at the end of the tunnel. Mess ya a solution is a fuel coupon your friends government officials near to by 50%. Make a minimum amount of fuel at the government officials. So how do I even quantify that particular thing? And one of the strategies in say we are also going to borrow our way out of this. We are in a mess, we are sinking, but we are in this mess because of reckless and excessive borrowing. A borrowing, a borrow, nyansa ni borrowing, nyansa ni in the sense and your concessionary loan, I had a investment in the long term, you be a free. Bosiana, we are born. What friend minister Bizanza Sika bed, and then or die or not crying to me, Modi, how much more me, and a mamma. Nippon or Kobo Busanu Bizas, then or die. They can never pontificate at a single project, a commissionity at the amount. And at the end of this, they can't. And being in that particular mess, you think the way you can lift yourself up, let's say, go and borrow more. And I know the day, no. Bosia born there.
2 billion, no. $1 na number for
you see that is even we see that is economically that is highly nonsensical because you see maybe a agency is here. Do you know say NHS your friends the National Health Insurance way no government is owing them over 2 billion Ghana cedis. Your friend is saying and several other your friend is saying interest payments na for say yeah bebre due I'm told about 1.6 billion is yes you due as a kokotua. So all these monies will go. So in a long term no what is the plan? What is the strategy? The master plan? Buying ebe roll out in the future. And Ghana need to say, okay, situation here is temporary, and there is a way out. Make us say the first step as a government, a captain, baby agent, you are home. Dear Aman Yamaji are saying you know because Ghanaian, the ordinary Ghanaian, are losing confidence and trust in government because of the reckless pre omokoye and the Ghana for any ahotoso government. And the answer now by the bit me start any amendment will be and first you repair that broken trust. You repair that broken trust. Be a Ghana for Benya who says a Ghana for nya your friends saying confidence our government my levy Ghanaians some will pay. Even Ghana will be prepared to pay if government ultimately show a way out there. Master, there is a plan.
Parliament.
Yes, and they will fatigue over it and over and over and over. What has to be done? And you see, Captain, it's not about just easy.
Oh, I know what say. You're passing 11, I know what delete to Mumu.
Because to Captain, okay,
Captain, I think that we should not even get there because idea basic as a government in a year. Sebaya obetimi ama the ordinary Ghanaian anya hope nya ni da so say metua yi level na de kwaya de papa because me to wana madwene say me metua yi level ama president akodi nsemu de ko high plane de na wiem ne na se for no I will draw back Ghanaians will not pay. And over the years, I buy anything bia obetimi ama Ghana nya ni da so say ye tua tax na yam fasika no kodi nsemu ye tua tax na yam fasika na yam ko tumbu
tua yi level oba no tifi ne yesi
or the other, you never know what you can. I know the day you could and you see, there is no guarantee. So, bit baby, now
never got her.
And
Munipane war Ukraine, young of farmers, munch. And
I know here, but a bit me high plane, I can't follow be some Ramatoba or Chroma. That is how you see a government or pursue priorities that are highly perverted. I am one kasana. Just sometimes we have our power team, se power yario, se bibi hano, se dia you sometimes you begin to wonder. I be our power team no. So oyario, se dia bibi na hano, ubi one one just
se power and kasano. I think that power team.
As a power yare, kakra because sometimes some of the decisions are ubi one just here. I boom say power yare. We begin to wonder because some of the decisions are taking Ukroma and moi. Me say the first step as you the resolve it. Me say next week my birthday.
There be your daben.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah, we put you on my catch.
Hey. Sana also akwe ba humia di ebi.
Yeah, put you on my catch.
I say software you buy.
No, Captain, that is the reality.
Just say power na nkasa na go for power no yare.
Power is sick because power decisions are power as o take a bit me reform the lives of Ghanaians. Power betimi create the incentive, the enabling environment. Ama economic takeoff about private sectors. You betimi incentivize you more. Ama man for business are taking off. You betimi expand the net. I betimi say revenue or money benyano. You be widen because when him last time I catch you say free such as say hui. Do you know say yes in so kwem? Since what came out, we see dancing so come and so be piafaso. Do you know why? Because someone say your finance no with your first oil money not for. But who knew what is imagine we are say fossil energy the world is facing out. So a time will come. We say almost all the big companies more investment in energy they are pulling out. Total Energies in Nigeria, okay. Ghana has a Exxon, okay. Aker Energy is moving out. Since Abeno can say any Italy for the amount for are revising their investment way in Africa, and a lot of them are revising because the world our strategy say by the next 50 years, 50% your person will achieve your first clean energy, fossil no FAC out. So major companies over the world need more musica share oil mono. Omo puli and omo reduce omo investments invested. So as of mine one can plan necessary. So say investment. So we need investment fund and now we need any intervention be able to sustain the free surge for a long term. Now do we look to oil so and now be saying in the next 20 years and what will be the future because oil na nkasa na be yard for yanka saying certain create any avenue be yetimi done in the money because countries are coming up with measures you betimi I say the carbon dioxide way na fossil energy no betimi reduce so by your world eco clean energy kura na ene o betimi aye sisi am no kase cars e ba Ghana ha nyina do na electric cars man say be baga na say abeka majority of the cars no ye be charge nti petrol no kura petrol dey na de be ye what I said na make no the world is fast changing so we cannot just be focusing on oil
we will cross
but as a reasonable leader you don't wait that is what we do we sit here and wait for the day to come na pay and am say pay as you go. Problem not bad enough for a pre-up solution, but countries elsewhere are planning. Denmark, I think they are one of the leading countries. So far, Omokra hope is achieve 50%. Answer na a global way no and that is what we need to do. We need to plan. But you better na kika yansana nyame baye me say o mind bia ne rhetoric and answer the mantra yo nyame baye obekwa aba 100 years na sa na etie because nyame nya kwan nyame nya nsuo nyamema onyansa ma wadwen to turn the situation around. So one fine ya dia wintimi nyahwe because last time I catch about India for mobile. Uko India ebinum so nantwie, ebinum so nkotere, ebinum se dabo. But omutimi ba ha bebia adwuma, uko palace boa. They own it. Ama Ghana for a ya na yakobo hereba 24/7 no. Yakọ nipa osum nantwie so ma yadwuma nye. Ya bebire kobo mpa ye ko. So it is about the effort you put to time. It is not about say because nyame as a human being. Your job is to incentivize that particular potential media man just to create something and do something by being rational. Now my 21st century onam krom na bolaka di wanim blow fuse na se for obia ni ho ye hu bibi asem wa make no be hu your china be hu say make say because bolaka di amanfo ni more traffic ma blow de yade ne na se for no, and we have a sanitation ministry okrom ha ye tu omoka ye tofu na se for mo na bisa se wenu nyina mfa so de ben na wo so me catch us power yare a sometimes ha netie.
Version of African power is such that it has a way of sucking common sense from the heads of our people. When you are sitting on the sidelines, come on, brilliant.
You have time to think.
Exactly. So when you get in,
there's no time to think.
Arrogance get a better part of you, and you forget about the promises and stuff. You present yourself like a king, a lord who must be worshipped. At that time, he is no longer serving the people. And that is the kind of mentality that we need to change. That is why I've always been advocating for an enlightened citizens. Because you see, if this country will move forward, it will depend on the kind of citizens that we have. People sit and normally they make argument that, oh, we are here because of NDC and MPP, and until we remove them, we cannot move forward. That argument is absolute. I don't know to use certain word.
For you, it's flawed.
Yes. Because you see, it's the same people, the same psyche, the same mentality. We, the people, need to force this institution to do the right thing. Because if you go to the United States of America, it's 2 political parties. If you go to UK, it's the same thing. But because politicians up there know they are dealing with enlightened class of people, there are certain decisions that you will not. But if we present ourselves as an emotional candidate, very gullible people, we are just chanting and singing hallelujah choruses all in the name of active partisan politics. At the end of the day, people will take you for granted. So partisan activism has taken the center stage.
How do we evolve?
We need to elevate. We need to elevate the conversation beyond the frontiers of partisan politics.
How?
By becoming more Ghanaian than being a politician. You see,
we're suggesting that it is the interest of the political parties rather than the interest of Ghanaians.
Exactly. You see, we talk about political party manifestos and co. You see, political parties always might want to put out certain manifesto. You see, but if you go to the United States,
like Loyola in this party will be doing today, you will tell us something about their youthful plans.
Exactly. So the key thing is whether that particular manifesto promise feed into the larger national agenda, the aspirations of the people. That is another argument that we can have. If you go to America, for instance, whoever become president, you might not have the power to change the machineries that run American economy. If you're American president today, the area you have the overwhelming influence to do a lot of changes has to do with foreign policy. But the machineries that runs American economy, businesses and stuff, you cannot have that particular power because they have set in such a way that they have a certain foresight.
The in motion.
Exactly. 20 years development plan, 30 years development plan. They know where they are going. Ask yourself, do we know where we are going as a country? No. So political party, MPP will come today, present certain, whether myopic or whatever policies, then once they get off power, another political party comes and then they veer off. At the end of the day, monies that are being thrown down the drain belongs to you and I. Because no political party comes to power with money. It is our money.
Let me get Lawyer into the of what Pablo and his team